We breathe deep, drawing into the presence of God's Spirit residing deep within each and every one of us, preceding the very nature of our being before God, being freed from all words spoken upon this earth, so that each day we return further and further into the recognition of God's presence within us and freedom from the words that have been spoken to us upon this earth or anything of a spiritual nature we may have encountered throughout our days. We breathe as one, breathing deep. As you exhale, allow yourself the complete release, total exhale, releasing all breath within the body. And as you breathe, feel the presence of God throughout the whole of your body, preceding each cell, breathing deep. And as Yeshua taught us how to pray, and I would like to begin tonight with one of the most important things upon my heart and the main premise to every aspect of grace healing. And it is one simple understanding. Our God is perfect love. And in this, I feel we've fallen short of that truth in the display of our religious beliefs, as well as how we form our decisions outside of love. We justify certain behaviors and actions. We agree with people upon the earth, whether it's counsel or legal counsel or medical counsel or personal counsel or psychological counsel, whatever it is. We tend to rest our trust in the counsel of those before us instead of God's presence within us. And I want to share one of the most important messages, I think, to define grace healing. As many of you know, I have walked this experience now for 30 years. I have been blessed to witness many healings, many spiritual awakenings. But I have to say that it's more important that a person discover God's presence within them than just express the gift of healing over a person. It's more important that a person recognizes step by step a return into a reliance and a trust upon God. One of the things that's been beautiful over these past months is I've been blessed to serve a number of people that are walking that same realization, whether they've been exposed to grace healing for years, or they've been exposed to grace healing for months, or even for a few days. To watch how a person starts to realize their power and presence when they embrace God, how they're freed from the words of the earth. And yes, it is a process. When I'm blessed to pray over people, I see healing already complete. And then it's my role within grace healing, as it is Ina's role within grace healing, that we observe, witness, and stand in love without judgment as the person discovers their authority, power, and grace over the situation they face. It's not our place to force our understandings or our level of faith on anybody. But one of the things we try to really direct people towards within grace healing is the importance of seeking God first. And then many times within that, you find yourself guided by the words of men, guided by counsel of friends or family. And it's important that you engage with somebody in prayer, not the measure of intellect. But you engage with somebody in prayer that understands from the same ground that you do that God is present within you. God is the very life-giving breath within you. Therefore, nothing of corruption can sustain within you. So you engage with somebody in that like mind, that equally yoked understanding of God's presence. And the two of you come together in agreement for whatever is rising or revealed or made known. And the two, in the fullness of agreement before the love of God's presence, it is accomplished. So again, within Grace Healing, we direct and guide people to the importance of seeking Yahweh first, welcoming the holy protection that Yeshua provides, and then breathing the presence of God within you. And very simply, releasing what you're seeking. Let go of what you're seeking. Let go of the things you wish answers for. Let go of the concerns of your day. Give them over to God completely. In that, you will find yourself not only just seeking God in this experience, not only embracing God in this experience, but you will begin to recognize God within you as the one living presence. And anything that is not of the holy design will be revealed to you, and that is your holy and blessed opportunity to release it into love. If it is not grace, if it is not pure, if it is not perfect, if it is not love, then you return it into God's loving embrace. Each time you go through this process, you're going to become deeper and deeper in the awareness of God's presence and the return to the truth that was rested upon your heart before you came here. And yes, it will peel away words that counselors have given you to take on a certain medication, to take on a certain thing, to do this, to do that, to do a certain treatment, to go to a certain place, to go to a certain mountaintop to find the answer, to take a certain crystal close to your chest. You will find that all these things will be taken away from you, and you will recognize deeper, more powerful recognition within God's presence. It is important to remember, and I'm going to use the words that my son Christopher gave to one of our brothers as God allowed him to appear to him after he was born into new life. And he spoke and said, "You already know the answer. Call upon the one name that is Yahweh and release your attachment that you have formed to all things you think bring healing. For the very nature of blessing rises from one place, and that is Yahweh's holy presence. Call upon my name, for we are one." To live this understanding is to position you in the nature of what God's living prayer is. You may encounter things after aligning with God that aren't so great because God's allowing you and trusting you to release these attachments that you have formed, to form one attachment to Yahweh's holy presence and authority, and the fact and reality that God is omnipresent, God is omnipotent, and God is the most powerful force throughout all creation. That power given completely over to the very physical manifestation of his being in Yeshua, and then Yeshua poured that strength and power into us so that we might recognize Avun, the breath of God's Spirit within us, as we call upon that name, that vibration, that tone, that is Yahweh, Yeshua, Avun. If you could just pray that simple prayer, 3, Yahweh, Yeshua, Avun, in each breath, 3 times each time, you would be amazed at how God would move you to begin to center your prayer upon the needs of others, and you would find your needs and physical issues falling away from you. All your concerns would begin to dissolve, to become one within God as God gives the resolution. As you pull out of the prayer, you are given the bits of wisdom needed to resolve or set things in right order. So in this, I want to relinquish from this call and speak words of prayer over you so that this week this week would bless you in such a way that in every utterance of your existence, every breath of your existence, you would first know God's presence within you and the opportunity to give life to anything that is not of God, to surrender all desires of the heart or concerns of the mind or considerations of any concern within your life directly into God, to embrace God within that place and allow for God to be the one thing you know until God reveals wisdom within you to resolve or change anything you face. And we breathe as one. Yahweh utalun kombrias sigireshnu tutor hamlok tafas misibiyandarebeshnu kunduraba. Yahweh, we stand in awe, thanksgiving, praise, and worship for the gift of your love, your holy and divine grace, the awesome wonder of your strength and power within us. We are one in you. And we breathe as we rest upon your holy and grace-filled name. Yahweh, Yeshua, Abu. Breathing deep, I trust and know that God will bless you in a deep and holy sleep, and that you will wake tomorrow refreshed and renewed and knowing the life-giving breath of God within you. Take care and be blessed.